what's important in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Well, good morning and welcome to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors and so much more. Whether you're dreaming of brand new cabinets and countertops, stylish new flooring, or a luxurious shower or tub, Professional Floor Covering has you covered. When it's time for an upgrade in that bathroom with a new shower or tub, their team has a lot of selections for you and a lot of ideas they can help you out with, whether it's retiling that shower, giving it a beautiful new modern look, or you just, you want to choose out some new colors, new designs. Maybe you want to convert to a glass enclosure and add a little bit more of a spacious, luxurious feel to your bathroom. They can also help with those great tub-to-shower conversions, which are so nice to have when it's getting tougher to get in and out of the tub. They can do that conversion and still have it looking absolutely beautiful. They've got a lot of options there. Different color choices, different material choices, and their team is there to help you every step of the way. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, online at proflr.com. Congratulations to the Beaver Dam girls hockey team. Big win last night in their sectional semifinal. Had a great game against the Metro Lynx last night, and the rink was absolutely packed. So thanks to everybody who came out to the game, listened over on our sister station, ESPN Beaver Dam, or watched on Daily Dodge TV. So the girls hockey team back in action on Friday night. Yeah, they'll be back playing again Friday night, and they will be playing against the Cap City. So that's going to be a good one, and that'll be a sectional final. Trip to state on the line, and you can listen to that game again over on our sister station, ESPN Beaver Dam, or watch it live on Daily Dodge TV. Our coverage on Friday night begins at 6:45 p.m. Wade Bates and Wally Lukashinsky back on the call for that one. And also coming up on Friday night, speaking of high school postseason, the Beaver Dam girls basketball team kicks off their postseason on Friday night as they play host to Slinger at the Fieldhouse. That game will be live streamed over on Daily Dodge TV with coverage beginning at 6:45 p.m. And coming up tomorrow night here on 95.3 WBEV, Milwaukee Bucks back in action as they host Denver, 6 p.m. for the pregame right after the Barn Show here on 95.3 WBEV. When we come back, we are going to sit down with some of the folks from PAVE here in Beaver Dam and talk a little bit about what's new with them, and we'll get to chat about a really exciting upcoming event that you can help them out with. That is all coming up here on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
floor covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering. Also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We are happy to welcome in our guest here this morning. We have with us Emily Shire with PAVE here in Beaver Dam. Good morning, Emily. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
A little bit. I'm great. You know, I was hoping for maybe another day of that like really beautiful sunshine we've been getting the last few days. It's kind of done the soul a little good. I'm not going to lie.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, excited to have you on. Coming up here in a few minutes, we're going to talk about an exciting event that you've got coming up and explain some of the visual aids you've brought along with you today. We're streaming on Daily Dodge TV for those of you listening on 95.3 WBEV. We've got a couple of props we'll be talking about here in just a little bit. But before we get to that event, let's talk a little bit about what that event's going to support. And that is the mission of PAVE, and talk a little bit about what's new over at PAVE and how things are going.
Sure. You're the news, and you've probably heard and read and reported in the news that PAVE, along with a lot of other nonprofit organizations that receive federal and state sub-granted funds, have faced some cuts. We actually had some cuts back October 1st with our largest funder, which is the Victims of Crime Act. So that was something we anticipated, and it did happen. So our budget for 2025 is down about $165,000 from 24. So what's going on at PAVE is we're having to get really creative. We are having to lean on our local funders, our local community, who are the recipients of the services that we're providing to survivors in the community, victims of domestic violence, child abuse, human trafficking, and sexual violence. So those are the folks that we serve. We built a lovely shelter. We aren't in our former shelter anymore. We're in a shelter that has a much larger capacity to serve survivors. And we are pretty full at the moment, and we have a full staff, and they're working hard. Normally I bring some of them with me or some volunteers, but our staff and our volunteers are all busy providing services to clients or getting ready for our big event coming up. So I'm on my own today.
You were telling me when you came in, Kale, it's just me today. I got my staff all tied up working on stuff. Yeah. So, and it's PAVE is a part of the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon, of course, one of the great organizations. And I've had the chance to talk to so many of the organizations that are a part of the Radiothon, and so many of them, have seen different types of cuts and funding, and it's so important to make sure people know that, and make sure that folks know that organizations like PAVE are really, really, really depending more and more on local dollars and good donors and community help. So it's so important to get that word out and find out how we can help. I mean, it's, that's why it's so important where things like this last Friday when our own Wally Lukashinsky was out at Tower Lanes bowling and raising money for the Radiothon, and people came out and donated and raised over $2,000. Those dollars matter so much, and more than ever probably. So really important for people to know. You've got some numbers we wanted to talk a little bit about as far as some of the costs that you guys incur that some of these funds go towards. Let's talk a little bit about that. Take a look at where some of that money goes to.
You bet. So when we did our build, we wrote grants, and our building and all of the construction that we did is paid for. So we're in a good place there. But it's our operations, our annual operations, the staffing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all holidays. We have people answering our hotlines. So when people are reaching out for resources to do safety planning and receive advocacy, we have legal support where we attend court with folks who need to apply for a restraining order. We do education in the schools. So I've got some price points. We have 15 minutes of crisis line support, costs $25. So we rely a lot on material assistance, donations we have 2 food pantries in our shelter. We never buy anything for those. Those are all supported by people in the community doing food drives, youth programs, community service. So we get a lot of stuff, but then we have to have people coordinate that and facilitate and inventory it and distribute it to the clients. We try to match as much as we can with volunteer support, but as you can imagine, our services are very sensitive, and so we need to have trained professionals who can abide by our confidentiality, our policies, and know how to best serve clients who are going through such sensitive issues. So again, a lot of that is staffing. Our support groups are open to the community, so we have folks that are staying in shelter that can come to support groups, but we also have youth, we have bilingual services, and we have even done remote support groups, but someone's got to facilitate those with a background in advocacy and be trained and then be compensated for their time, their income. So $2,000 will run a support group for an entire year.
Okay.
And we can't get that through, typically donations or volunteers. So it's really about the funding and having that funding from the local community. Our capacity before was about 22 people in our other building, and we potentially could have up to 56 guests in our shelter. And that's not even talking about the folks in the community coming in for support groups. So we have increased our capacity and we've decreased our budget.
Yeah, I was just going to say there really is this tricky balance of budget is decreasing, need for services isn't. We know the need for services is increasing. It has been for years, unfortunately. But so yeah, it's just so important for the local community to support organizations like this. And there's going to be a great opportunity to do just that coming up very soon. And when we come back, we'll talk with Emily about that great event coming up. Really excited to hear some of the details on that. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We have Emily Shire with us from PAVE here in Beaver Dam. Got a chance to talk about some of the good work they do and some of the challenges they've been facing, just how important it is for us as a community to come together and support the good cause. And if you're listening or watching at home going, I really appreciate the work that PAVE is doing, and certainly don't want to see them have to make cuts or make cuts to resources and services, and would love to help them grow because the need certainly is there. There's a lot of ways you can do so, and one is to support this fantastic upcoming event, the 16th Annual Sweet Thanks. And I know a lot of folks in our community familiar with this, but for those who don't, run us through all the details of the Sweet Thanks event.
Right on. So the event was designed by one of the former executive directors, along with the board of directors at PAVE, 16 years ago. So it is almost entirely staffed or being pulled off this year by volunteers in the community, which I'm really excited about. So it is our largest annual fundraiser. The hope is that we don't have to nudge people all year long for different things. So we will always accept support, but this 16th annual is called Sweet Thanks. So we're thanking the community for participating, and we have so many businesses, families, organizations that are helping us to pull this off. The theme is Sweet 16.
Oh, that makes sense.
We've had some posts on our Facebook page, on our social. Hold on to 16 as long as you can, and what was in when you were 16. So attire is anything goes, but we're definitely at the event going to see some, I think, bubbly 16-year-old party attire, prom type stuff from some folks. And then it's a dessert auction. And so there's some other auctions correlated. We'll have a 50-50. We're having a really nice dinner this year, catered by several local caterers and organizations. So you can come, get a ticket, you can reserve a table with a bunch of your friends or with your workmates. And then we have the live dessert auction, and that's the highlight of the night. So it's all about the sweets.
Exactly. I'm sitting here kind of baffled because it's hard to believe that Sweet Thanks is going into its 16th year already. I can remember the first year going, this is a really neat idea, and it's grown and done so well. If you will, before we talk about some of the other details, throw out the when and where, and where can folks get their tickets.
So the event is traditionally the first Friday in March, so it will be this year on March 7th, and the doors open at 5:30. You can get tickets at the door, but it'll cost you $10 more per ticket. So I would highly encourage everyone to get their tickets by Thursday, the 28th. On Friday, they're going to go up another $10.
Price. Gotcha.
Sorry, the 28th is Friday.
Yep.
So make sure tomorrow.
And
get
where
your
can they
tickets
get
by
their
tomorrow.
tickets?
So go on our website, which is PAVEDC, as in Dodge County, .org. And there are links to the live auction, which is open, and you can bid on stuff even if you can't make it to the event. You can get tickets to the event. You can pretty much find out all the details. There's a map to the event, and the event is at Wayland Academy this year.
The Lindsay Gym.
So they hosted us last year, a wonderful accommodating source at the Lindsay Gym at Wayland, and up until then, it was hosted at the Chapel of the Archangels. So Jim and Jimmy will be at Sweet Thanks at the Lindsay Gym at Wayland again this year, celebrating with us, but we will be there.
And it's going to be a really fun night. A lot of different things, food, the big dessert auction. We'll talk about some of the desserts here in just a moment, and maybe even a little bit of a celebrity sighting too.
There's gonna
I
be
hear a
one.
rumor.
Yeah, so we have a new MC this year.
Yeah.
And that is Can I drum
Absolutely,
roll? Okay,
yes.
that would be the Ninja. Is going
Yeah.
to be with us emceeing the event.
Our very own Ninja here from 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV is going to be emceeing the event. I know he was really excited when you guys reached out and said, hey, would you guys have? And we talked around the office, and Ninja said, I'd love to. I mean, I think, to be honest, I think he just heard desserts and was automatically in, and then was like, oh, I should probably ask, like, what goes on.
You're right. I think he heard the desserts, and then also we said we would let him, we'd give him a ticket. So he gets to enjoy some breads and spreads by Great Harvest
Yeah, talk about some of
and
the
catering from Chef Chance. We're going to have Nunatech there with a tea and coffee service, and Great Harvest is also giving cheesecake with the dinner. So everyone will be eligible for a slice of cheesecake, even if they're not bidding on the delectable
You
dessert
still get a
auction.
little dessert for yourself that
Yes,
night.
sir.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then we've got full bar service.
Okay.
So we are going to have Sours Old Fashioned is wholesaling our liquor and wine for us. We've got Uga pouring some local beers, and we've got the Dragon's Den Lounge doing a photo booth, just tons of community sponsors and support.
Yeah, that's great. And you mentioned food from Chef Chance, and I'm telling you, if you haven't had Chef Chance's cooking, that in and of itself is a great excuse to go to this event, because it's so good. I have had several things that Chef Chance has made, and they're always, and like there's been some things I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't really sound up my alley, and then I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty good.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
I mean, another thing is when we've gotten folks to come and do the catering or participate or just get them at this event on March 7th, then they wanted to get more involved. So Chef Chance has also donated a silent auction item, which is a carved watermelon, which I guess has like a $700 value.
Yes.
I mean, he has a picture on our site of one of them, and it's like an aquarium scene with
They're
fish
amazing.
jumping, and
I don't know how he does it. I've watched him do a live watermelon carving. If you haven't seen it, you can check out his Facebook too, and he's got tons of. He's literally been called by companies around the country to come in and do these custom. I know he did one for a big, huge candy company down in Chicago at a big candy convention years ago.
Wow.
So that's a hot ticket item right there.
I mean, right?
So.
Well, and then y'all are doing the emceeing, and then we also have an auction item, which is DJ for a day here on the radio, where someone can, I think it's an hour, maybe not for a full day.
Yeah,
but
for an hour.
They get to do a set list or playlist.
They'll get to come in and co-host an hour with Wade Bates over on the WBEV Morning Show. So looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Again, the PAVE 16th annual PAVE Sweet Thanks event happening next Friday, March 7th. Doors open at 5:30 at the Lindsay Gym at Wayland Academy. Tickets available at
www.pavedc.org. PAVEDC.
And we've got more to talk about. We're going to talk about some of the desserts that are going to be up on the auction block, as well as some of the other great, fantastic auction items that you see here and a few more. That when we come back on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. And if you're like me and you just don't really have an eye for home decor, luckily folks like us have the team at McKinstry's. They'll be happy to sit down with you and discuss your decorating ideas and help formulate a complete plan for any or all of the rooms in your home. All you got to do is just bring in the measurements and maybe a few pictures of the rooms that you're looking to decorate. And also make sure to figure out what items you want to keep, if there's any items that are really important to you. And then they'll discuss with you your paint colors, your furniture styles, area rug options, accessory options, and they'll combine your ideas and their expertise and arrive at a room plan that works for you and works within your budget. And it's just that simple. You just stop in and talk to their fantastic team, and they are such a big help. So stop in and see them today at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, where customers matter and quality counts. And of course, big day this Saturday morning coming up March 1st for the Right to Win contest at McKinstry's. That'll be happening between 9 and 11 this Saturday at McKinstry's. But first, if you want to get in on that, you got to pre-qualify, and we've got another chance for you right now. If you want to pre-qualify and stop down at McKinstry's between 9 and 11 this Saturday morning and pick a pen, write your name, and see if you win a great prize. Fantastic prize. They're going to be giving away a 4-pack of Milwaukee baseball tickets. One person's going to win $167 cash in honor of their 167th anniversary, and one lucky fan walking away with a $1,000 shopping spree. That sounds fantastic. If you want to qualify, you can make it down to McKinstry's this Saturday morning between 9 and 11. Give Charlie a call on our studio line right now at 885-4446. That's 885-4446, and Charlie, get your name and phone number, get you pre-qualified, and then we'll see you on Saturday. We are back with Emily Shire, Executive Director at PAVE here in Beaver Dam, the big 16th annual Sweet Thanks event coming up next Friday, March 7th, beginning at 5:30 p.m. at the Lindsay Gym at Wayland Academy. Going to be a great opportunity for you to support the great work that PAVE does. It is their biggest fundraiser of the year. So if you've been looking for a way to support them, this is a great opportunity because it is Sweet Thanks. So we had to welcome you back in with a little James Taylor there.
I loved it. Thank you.
Because it is we are talking all things sweet here. And speaking of sweet things, we get to talk a little bit about some of these desserts that are going to be up on the auction block, because there's always some really good ones.
There are, and we limited our dessert entries this year, just because we really want to focus carefully on them. We've got InterQuest helping us. They're going to be projecting, live streaming the items as they're coming through. So we've got some extra technology added in to really highlight these amazing desserts. But we have 11 dessert items coming in from Sun Prairie East High School from a family and consumer education teacher who has kitchen groups, and she has had her students trained and then basically entering contests, having their items planned, recipes ready ahead of time. She's also including some of her own macaroons with our PAVE logo, which you did notice my earrings earlier.
I was sitting here talking to you this morning, and then right as we went on the air, I'm looking at you, and I'm like, oh, she's got those great. Hold on, let's see if we can zoom in and get a better look at those. There you go. There you go.
So, yes, one of our staff members ordered those as a gift for a couple of us, so we could, get our name out there. But this teacher is going to have our PAVE logo macaroons, and then they've got butterscotch cheesecake, Oreo cheesecake. They've got royal icing cookies, death by chocolate cake, carrot cake, no nuts. This is an important detail.
This is an important detail. I am one of those that appreciates that.
Carrot cake connoisseur, no nuts.
Okay.
So those are a couple of the things coming from the students in their kitchen groups. We've got, it's under the sheriff's name, but I don't think Sheriff Schmidt is making the chocolate mousse cake. In the past, it was actually Cassandra
Okay.
from Modern Woodman, who does the baking and I think enters the item under
I don't know.
Dale's
Who knows?
name.
Maybe Cher's got a secret talent we
Maybe,
didn't know about.
maybe.
We'll find out.
But certainly that will be there this year. And then we also have some matches. So we have some local sponsors who have designated an item that's being entered in the auction that they will match. We have one matching up to $400, one matching up to $500, and one that's matching up to $1,000.
Wow, okay.
So someone can take home an amazing dessert item and not pay that full amount, but still have PAVE benefit
Sure.
by double the amount.
Oh, that's
So,
fantastic.
absolutely.
I love that idea.
Yeah. So we've got a choco flan that's being made by the baker at Dam Chicken. We have Tres Leches cake.
Ooh, yum.
There's a sourdough cinnamon rolls. So, and then we actually, something new this year, there's going to be a flour cake that is all fresh flowers. So if maybe you're fighting the diabetes, or you just don't want to end up at one of our other sponsors' shops, which is Dentistry of Wisconsin, and you'd like to keep the sugar low, you might enjoy a flour cake.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing about this too, is there's a lot of options for everybody, because I know there are a lot of folks with different dietary restrictions, and I think don't quote me on this, but I think with this event it's calories don't count, right?
At the dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up for grabs on the auction items. I think it's okay to also get an auction item and then donate it.
That you could do too.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a great idea. So a lot of great desserts going to be up on the auction block at the Sweet Thanks event this coming next Friday. Excuse me.
Yep.
Next Friday, March 7th, 5:30 p.m. at the Lindsay Gym at Wayland Academy. But besides the dessert auction, you've got some other auction items to talk about, a couple of which you've brought along. If folks are watching on Daily Dodge TV, you can check them out. Talk a little bit about what you brought with you and some of the other auction items and how all that works.
You bet. So we have an online auction. Again, you can get the link to that at www.pavedc.org, and that is a 32 auction site. So I have brought in today something that is still, no one did the buy it now feature, so it's still available.
Oh.
It is a Jordan Love jersey autographed.
Okay.
So if that's exciting for you, all of the proceeds of that bid would go to benefit PAVE's auction and our fundraiser.
All you big Packer fans out there, there's one you need. Your future Hall of Fame quarterback right there.
And if you want to stick to baseball, we also have a trio jersey autographed as well of the Brewers. So there's many items if you're a sport fan, and then if you are into Taylor Swift.
Yeah, all those Swifties out there, boy, have we got one for you.
I'll explain why I let her sit next to me on the radio TV station today, but it's an autographed album CD by Taylor Swift along with this framed picture.
That
so
is
very
awesome.
exciting.
I love that. I'll be honest, when I became host of this show, never did I think I'd get to host it with Taylor sitting in with me. That's pretty exciting.
You've arrived.
I feel pretty fortunate. So some great items up for grabs on their auction. Again, that is online at their website, PAVEDC, PAVEDC. You can find that. Anything else we should know about any of the auction items? Because I know we also want to talk a little coffee too before we get you out of
Yes,
here.
please. I would just say there's a big variety. We have, an end table that it's at $10 right now. We have a lot of local businesses that gave gift cards. So there's gas cards and grocery cards and coffee shop cards and restaurant cards, salon cards, things like that. So a lot of local folks. But if you're listening from farther away or if you're out of state, we've got some Airbnbs. We've got a trip to stay at the Villages in Florida for a week,
cool.
I think it is. And there's a golf cart that comes with and all kinds of goodies. So really have fun shopping. And I've bid on a bunch of it, and I'm okay getting those you've been outbid notifications.
that happens. It's all for a good cause.
Absolutely.
So check that all out. Some great auction items. And we want to talk a little bit about a great partnership. I know it smells wonderful in the studio here this morning. because you have brought with you a very special coffee. Talk about that.
Yeah. So this is called Coffee for a Cause, and it's something that Nunatech, one of our local coffee shops in Dodge County, put together this beautifully designed bag, and it is benefiting, each bag that is purchased at Nunatech is benefiting as a fundraiser for PAVE. So I will describe it since most of you can't smell what I'm smelling.
It smells great.
So good. The lighter profile coffee has been thoughtfully sourced and roasted in small batches. Enjoy it in its floral aromas, abundance of lively blackberries, and mellow chocolate sweetness. And it has a picture of our phoenix, which is also the rendition of that as a mosaic mural flies above our new shelter building.
Right.
So if you're not sure where we're located and you know someone that is in need of our services or would like to check out some of our education and support group benefits, we're at 111 East Burnett Street in Beaver Dam. And then this coffee is available through the first part of March in Nunatech's store, or it will also be at our Sweet Thanks event available
so if you're
for
coming out to
purchase.
Sweet Thanks next Friday, you can
bet.
pick up a bag of and you're going to want a bag when you get close and you smell those coffee beans. You're going to want a bag because they smell amazing. I'm kind of hoping she just leaves it here as an air freshener for the studio, honestly.
This one I bought and it's already open, Kale, but I can leave it as long as you have a grinder because I like the beans.
Do you? Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Again, we're talking with Emily Shire from PAVE, and the Sweet Thanks event, again, coming up next Friday, March 7th. 5:30 p.m. at Wayland Academy's Lindsay Gym. Going to be a great time. Dessert auction. You can also check out the other online auction items going on. The T Swift, the sports memorabilia, and lots of other great stuff as well. Check out that at their website, pavedc.org. That's also where you can get your tickets for the Sweet Thanks event. Anything we missed here this morning, Emily?
I mean, baklava, black forest cake,
yum.
lemon blackberry lavender cake. I think the only other piece I would say is that this whole event is volunteer run, and it's all sponsored and put on by local businesses and community members. So we've got Horicon Bank, Chimeral Corporation, Newman Pools, Speed Needles, Modern Woodman, Cassandra Schmidt's office, Richard and Lori Greep. Those are our sweetest sponsors, and then we also have some sweet sponsors and a ton of contributors that are putting this on. Our committee is about 18 people that volunteer at all different levels to put this on. Some of them are on our board, and some are new to us this year, and they're bringing a lot of really cool and interesting new ideas to the event. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. And again, you can check out the Sweet Thanks event next Friday, March 7th. 5:30 p.m. at the Wayland Academy Lindsay Gym. Emily, anything else you want to throw out there before we get you out of here today?
Just thank you for your support, and we are available. Our number, if you have someone in need of services or in crisis, is 920-887-3810, and we also have a text line, which is 920-344-0123, and we take that text around the clock.
And we should mention, too, we've mentioned the website a few times to check out all the auction stuff, but it is also a great resource for anybody who may be dealing with a domestic situation, and there's some really great features on there. You've got a quick exit button on there, all that kind of stuff. So that's a great resource, too, if you or somebody you know is in need of services from PAVE. Their website is a great resource for you as well. Emily, thanks so much for coming in, and can't wait for the big Sweet Thanks event coming up next Friday.
Thanks. We'll see Ninja there.
Yes, Ninja, can't wait. I know that. That is Emily Shire, Executive Director with PAVE. Again, Sweet Thanks next Friday, March 7th, Lindsay Gym at Wayland Academy. Check out tickets and all the auction items at pavedc.org. It's going to wrap things up for us on the video side. We'll be back on the radio side with more Hometown Today. Coming up next on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.